Hello, everybody. How are you doing on this fine Sunday evening? I am your host, Peter Brown, and this is FMTV Weekly. We got a lot to talk about. Do you guys like to gamble? I mean, I'm not a gambler, but we're going to learn about it. Plus, we're going to spend the second half of the show deep diving into all the 29 new jerseys that came out throughout this league. So we're going to give our review of those. And it should be a lot of fun. But as always, I don't do this by myself. So everybody, please welcome in your favorite uncle, Uncle Ed. Hey, Ed, how you doing?
Peter Brown, Doña Yuzmes, you just passed me my coffee right now.
Hey, she's getting better and better on her timing, The
lady's on fire. And I think pretty soon we kind of convinced her to come on the show, Peter.
Nice.
It's going to be English and Spanish. Believe it or not, she speaks English a little bit.
Does she? Broken English? A little broken English?
Yeah, Doña Yuzmes.
Is her English about as good as my Spanish?
Pretty much at the same level.
Same level?
So that should be a fun show. You'll definitely interview her.
Okay. All right. I look forward. I look forward to. First, I got to learn what's the name. Messi? I don't even know how to say that.
With a Y, Messi. For some
reason, like as in, hey, use guys.
Yeah, kind of like that. Use
like
Messi.
I'm on my cousin Vinny.
Something like that. Like Utes, like that.
All right.
Yeah, for Cubans like putting Y in front of their names, at least the newer Cubans. So,
all right.
I don't know. Any similarity to Messi, the player, is purely coincidental. Yeah, it just happened, and so that's kind of like the thing about her. But yeah, drinking the coffee is awesome here at Futbol Miami TV Cafe. Peter Brown, I wore my Fusion jersey.
I see that, breaking out the old school stuff.
Brought it out since we're going to talk about all the jerseys, Peter.
And I figured I'd wear my pink jersey since we're going to talk about the new pink jersey from Inter Miami, and we can discuss the differences and so forth. But before we get too far, let's say a big thank you to our sponsors, and let's start off with Caneswear. Caneswear is located in Davie, Florida, just south of 595 on University Drive. They got all your Messi gear. They're like the home of Messi mania, whatever you want to call it. You want a Messi shirt? They got it right there. So go there, support a local business. Prices tend to be a little bit cheaper. So go to see them in Davie. And oops, hang on. Let's go and remove that image.
There you go. You're ahead of yourself, man.
I know. Well, it's because that's where we left off last week.
Yeah. Well, Peter Brown, the goat of all realtors in South Florida, is Mia Rodrigues. She speaks 3 languages. You can WhatsApp her if you want to contact her quicker. I mean, she's got a website, MiaRodriguesRealtor.com. I mean, if you want to invest in South Florida, if you want to sell something, contact her. And which, by the way, we just showed right now, she's coming out on TV, Peter Brown. She's like,
Oops.
famous.
Yep. Hang on. Let me go back to Mia.
There you go.
Geez, I'm a mess today. I loaded so many shirt images that I got my regular images kind of mixed up.
Mia's got the American dream. You could come on TV with her. Just send her a message and contact her. And if you're trying to sell something or buy something, if it's a business, you can appear on the American Dream on her TV show. So go ahead and contact her and get that done. You guys are gonna make some bucks.
All right, everybody. If you haven't logged into the chat, please do so. And, we'll say hello to everybody in just a second here. But also, if you want to leave a voicemail, you want to talk a little gambling, you want to give your thoughts on the shirts as we talk about them, call 786-474-4435. Leave a voicemail. We'll get to it. And let's, Ed, are you ready to go? Are you loaded with doesn't look like you are.
Peter, I know very little. I'm not a gambling man, but
no.
What? Which one?
Do you have the chat loaded and ready to go?
Oh, Peter, no.
We're not talking gambling yet. Wait a second.
I totally forgot.
I'll let you know when we're talking gambling. All right.
There you go. Our guest is chiming in the background.
Go ahead, Ed.
You're gonna have to do it, Peter Brown, because
All right, here we go. First one I see here is Canes is from Kata, and he's got a complaint about Caneswear. Jeff didn't know who we were apparently, so he didn't give the discount. I'm sorry about that, Kata. To be honest, I don't know if they're giving us a discount right now. I haven't talked to them about that in a while, but I need to go into the store soon. And so, Jeff knows me. So that's weird. But, I'll talk to him. Weird. At the very least, look, if they're not going to give the discount, that's fine. That's fine. They don't owe that to us. But they should know who we are.
Yeah.
We're on their emails. When they send out their emails, the store emails, we're on the bottom of every one of their store emails. Anyways, Kevin Gonzalez is here as well. And we also have Sport Shorts. He just got the MLS pass for the first time. Good job there. Jose Velasquez is in the chat as well. Aaron Lee checking in from Colorado. We're going to talk about the Colorado jersey a little bit later in the show. One world, one goal, as always. Guyver checking in, one of our patrons. Luis Barrios is here. Everybody's favorite New Jersey Inter Miami fan, Eric Thomas. Marvin Mielis listening from Ecuador. Charlotte Fan TV is here. If you're not watching those guys, go check them out. They're always a lot of fun. We'll talk about their jersey. I don't know. We'll talk about it, but I don't know. Yeah. Chris Arjun, the best photographer in sports. Justin Blair. He's saying his English might not be that great either. Who else we got in here? Louis Rodrigues, my compatriot from Coconut Creek. And that's it for now. So, anybody else that's in the chat and you want to say hi, get involved. A lot of times there's a whole nother show in the chat. So, there you go. All right, Ed. So, as we were talking about it, what do you know about gambling?
Not much, Peter Brown. Not much. And I want to find out what it is. Who knows? Maybe I'll become a gambler now after this show.
Oh, well, so, as far as gambling goes, I've played a few slots or something, but I've always been confused, when I see this plus that, and I don't understand all that stuff. And so, we're going to get into that in just a second, but hopefully, we're not condoning gambling here, but if you choose to play around with your money how you see fit, spend a little bit here, a little bit there, don't, and be careful to not get in trouble with your wife. Don't gamble away your vacation or your savings or anything like that. But should be some fun. So before we go any further, let's welcome our guest, and that is Brandon Plotnick from Bet the Farm podcast. How you doing, Brandon?
Hey, guys, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited to talk to you a little bit more so you can get insight into how you can leave your wives if you want to. You don't have to, but if you have enough money and you can make enough money to do that, then, hey, I'm not going to tell anyone to do what they got to do. So
this is spoken this sounds like he's spoken like
a degenerate.
Single man, degenerate, not married, no kids. That's what it sounds like right there. And no real responsibilities other than the ones he feels like having. So
that is correct.
He could gamble all he wants and doesn't have to answer to nobody, right?
Not
so
like
if someone's got to answer the call right now about how we can gamble and not worry about what's going on in the background, yeah, that's me. I'm answering the call right now.
There you go. Great. And you have a podcast where you talk about this. So that's great. And you can follow him. I'll put his Twitter up in just a second. So betting is, been legal. Sports books have been legal in Vegas forever. And it took a long time for it to actually become legal here in Florida. I know people found ways to gamble in Florida. There's always ways around everything. But now it's completely legal through the Hard Rock. And so you can download this Hard Rock app. I'll tell you, Ed and Brandon, they do make it too easy. Too easy. They do have and I got to tell you, this is tempting. They do have like you put in $100, and on your first bet, if you lose,
$300.
$300. They give you $100. So it's like
what they want to do is that they want you to bet that $100.
Oh, of course they do. They want you to bet the whole thing.
Lose that $100 and then keep gambling and lose all your money.
Sure.
But go ahead.
I'm wondering if I only bet $10 and lose, do I still get $100? So now I've got $190. I am winning.
You know what? You have.
I don't know.
You have beat the system, my friend.
Well, no, there's no beating. There is no beating the gambling system unless you have some secrets. But what are your thoughts on just gambling being legal in Florida now, and it's about time, and are you having fun with it?
I'll tell you what. It's been a long time coming in this state, particularly. I don't know if you or your followers know this, but 2 years ago, the Hard Rock, the Seminoles have a monopoly on the concept of being able to offer free gambling. And so they did that 2 years ago. And unfortunately, 2 months into when they finally launched their mobile app, they basically got shut down by the courts. And so right after that, they went right back into legislation. And so it took 2 years to get them to get back to an opportunity to even get to legislation to get live again. And so finally, the courts basically ruled that the Seminole Hard Rock Casino will have a monopoly on having sports gambling as the one sole entity that can do sports gambling mobily and in person live. And that's awesome for all of us in Florida. But the problem is it's a monopoly, so that we only get one company that we can bet on, and that's it. That's the only thing we can do on legally. That's it.
Yeah, I've heard there's lawsuits coming about that too. Because of the monopoly, but there's no stopping the Seminoles. I think they've got it covered. But let's get into to what it's all about. So right now, if I pull up the app here, it says welcome, Peter. Now I've put no money.
Sports gambling, huh? While we're at it, let's talk sports gambling, eh?
Yeah. And Ed, jump in.
Right now, it's locked. Right now, we can't do it, unfortunately.
What's that?
We can throw a little shekel. I said Seton Hall. We can bet shekels right now, but we can't. It's locked right now.
It's locked. What's locked?
No, I'm saying Seton Hall.
Oh, Seton Hall. You're talking about those games. We don't know anything about that stuff. We don't know anything about that.
I know.
We are not the biggest sports fans. We are soccer fans. We are football fans here. We don't know. I watch the Dolphins, but that's about it. But right here, let's talk about this right off the bat. Inter Miami. Now, a lot of pundits have said, that Inter Miami's favored for everything. Okay. Because we got Messi, we got Suarez and all that. But now after our preseason, I don't know how closely you follow Inter Miami. I know you've got some gear, and I like that. And that's how we ended up talking about this, because you wore one of these in our company huddle, and I appreciate that. Our preseason didn't go that great. So I don't know. I'm curious if these numbers change and stuff like that. But let's start off just with Inter Miami's plus 275. What does that mean? If I bet $100 and
let's break
it down.
Let's break this down into almost like elementary school levels, right?
Oh, that's us.
If I was to bet $100, let's put $100 on anything we're talking about.
Yes.
Use that as what we call in the gambling world a unit size. So one unit would be $100, right? So if I were to put $100 on Inter Miami right now, plus 275, I'm getting I would be betting $175 or $100 to win $275, right? It's plus 275. Does that make sense? So if I also were to bet on Columbus Crew, who are plus 800 there, if I put $100, I'd win $800. So that plus money next to it means you're also getting that plus money with what you're betting on.
So technically, I'm at 375 if I bet 100 on Inter Miami, because I get my 100 plus 275
in the Hard Rock Sportsbook. Which give them a promo code while you're at it, actually, because look, you get everybody gets a $50 promo if you sign up. So give them your promo. Give them your promo while if they sign up, they get a free $50. You get a free $50. Shit, I should have given mine.
I don't even know about that. I signed up just so I could show it, on the old iPad. So, I don't know what I signed up for. I know I didn't give him any money, but I did give him my email address. So now I'm getting a lot of.
No, I know, but I was putting into the.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's good information.
If I put $100 in, and I get $375 back, right, but I really won $275.
All right, and so
that's. But here's one thing I really wanted to touch on, and I thought about this before I even came on here.
Okay,
it's the concept of futures betting, right? So what we're doing here, right, as you can see here, is a futures bet, meaning we're taking them to win the entire cup throughout the entire year. I mean, that is a long time of betting. I mean, like you're going to put the money down now, and that's going to be stuck in your account for a long time, and you're not going to see any return on your investment for a long time unless they win the cup at the very end of the day, which, God, I hope we do. But if we don't, either way, what I think we should do here, right, is to maximize our value. And so what you should do here, we're right now plus 275. As you can see, the second best value is 800. I mean, that is a big drop-off. That's a big drop-off. That clearly shows that we're the big favorites. So what you do here is you look at our schedule. You see that we have some home games. We have a few away games. And there's an opportunity there for us to drop a few points in that table. We start dropping a few points in that table. Guess what? Those points start dropping. We start to get from plus 275 to plus 600 to plus 800.
Yeah.
And we start maximizing our value there. So wait a little bit. You don't want to take this outright favorite right now because the value isn't there. You wait a little bit, and then the value starts to trickle in, and then you pounce when the value is there, when we have a few home games in a row, and we start to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, that's something I want to ask you. You touched on the fact that our numbers could change, and that makes sense because, look, if we start tanking, our plus should get higher. We should be like, who's the worst? Ooh, they don't expect Toronto. Where's our Toronto fan in here? Where's he at? I don't see him in here. But they are dead last. So that's a fun bet because you're plus 10,000. Is that 10,000? Oh my God.
Because it's not realistic. It's not even realistic though.
So but the question is, so I put in money on a team and it goes up and down. My value goes up and down. It's like it's not locked in. So what you put down, it's like it really is a big time roller coaster.
No. So if you were to take Inter Miami right now at plus 275, you're locked in.
Are you locked in?
It's locked in like having a mortgage, right? You're locked into that rate. Versus waiting, that's what I was getting at before, is let's wait a little bit and not take the plus 275 because you'll get better value a few weeks down the road when we maybe have a draw here and there, or we maybe lose a game here and there, and we drop down to plus 600. Instead of betting 100 to win 275, we win 100 to win 600, right? So you're getting better opportunity down the road. So let's hold the brakes here. I think that the market has not adjusted yet quietly. Like it's not there yet. They think that because we signed all these guys, we have Messi, we've got Busquets, we got Jordi Alba, we have everybody.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to be the favorites, but let's pump the brakes here. Let's pump the brakes and wait until the market settles, because the market is showing us as way too of a high favorite, and let's settle down into value. We need to get value.
I am surprised after our preseason that our number did not go down so much. But here in the chat, if you guys want to chat about gambling right now, let's do it. Here, Mike V in the chat. Oop, let's move him down a little bit. Mike V saying, I'm going to bet $1,000. I would like to bet more. Can I bet my mother-in-law? And can I get upgraded one if I win? So he wants to upgrade his mother-in-law. Wow, that's going to go well.
Like that's on you, bud.
I've been trying to get rid of
betting
mine.
$1,000. Mike is, if I remember, Mike V's got like some decent tickets, right? So he's already spending a bunch of money because wasn't it Mike that was telling us that like the value of his tickets was about the same amount of money as going on a trip to Europe? Actually, the Europe, what might have been a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, he's got better seats than we do, Peter. He's more towards the center. That guy's loaded. We got to meet up with him.
Mike, if you got $1,000 to bet, you got $10 to buy Ed a beer.
We gotta wait till, and we gotta wait till the money trickles down, and then we get better value on it. So instead of plus 275, get plus 600 on Inter Miami with his $1,000. Boom.
Season tickets, $15K.
$15K. Wow. You wish you had it.
No. That's what he's saying. His season tickets are.
Oh shit! Damn.
Season tickets. Ed and my season tickets went up 170%, so they got expensive. Right, Ed?
Well, Peter, I'm interested to talk about the first game of the season if you want to talk about it.
So, we've got, and this one is confusing because we talked about the pluses, but Ed, do you understand the negative?
That I need to know, Brandon, what in tarnations is what? Is that 195?
Yeah, this does look small. I can't increase the size, unfortunately, through this app.
All right.
So, Miami is at negative 185. Salt Lake is plus 375. So, to me, now learning just a tiny bit, that sounds like Salt Lake's the favorite.
No,
am I right?
It's the opposite.
I can't get this.
It's the opposite. So
how?
If you have a negative next to your name, that means that you have to pay to get back to zero. Think about it that way, right?
So this would be a dummies bet.
No, because they're favored for a reason, right? Because we expect them to win. So I would pay. Let's dumb it.
$100.
Right? $100 to on Miami to win outright, to win the game. I'd have to put $100. I'd probably win $60. But if I bet on Salt Lake, 100 would win $370.
Right.
So here's how we have to break this down. We really have to break it down to the nitty gritty here. There's a few things that we need to factor in. One thing I want all gamblers to know is that in sports gambling, yes.
I'm just going to pop these up every once in a while, Brandon.
No, but Damien's right. I mean, he's not necessarily right or wrong, but yes. Either way, both of these are to win. There's also a draw line, as you can see there, to tie. And that's plus 300 if we want them to tie. If you bet on that, you're a psycho. Because who the hell is watching games to tie? I mean,
then you're just a gambler. You're just a gambler then, right?
That just makes you a loser. That makes you a loser at that point. Who's watching a game for a tie? I mean, that's the worst type of atmosphere I can sit in front of my TV and have a beer in front of. Never again.
Well, I guess that's just like you're a pure gambler. Kevin Gonzalez is saying that I should lay the wood on Inter Miami. 85 cents wood is real guts. I don't know what any of that means, Kevin. I'm sorry.
Well, I think he's going at the minus 185 line there, and he's got to eat 85 cents
for every dollar.
To get back to exactly. That's exactly right, Peter. You're eating 85 cents per dollar every time you're betting. So if you bet $100, you're eating 85 cents. But here's what we have to factor in, and I want all your followers to know this, is the fact that after 90 minutes, there is no win. There's no winner. So if I'm going to take money line on or let's just say I take the over under, which I would be interested. Can you click on the over under there? I just want to see what the total. And put your glasses on. Let's go.
Showing my age. Well, I don't even know where that is.
So if you click on Miami, it should. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, look at that. I'm even learning more. I don't even know this app. He's going to show us how to use the app, Ed.
I'm telling you. You know what? They should be paying me right now, Hard Rock.
Yeah, no kidding. Hard Rock should sponsor us.
I know. So click total goals right there. Okay, so
I could bet this too. I could bet goals.
Yes, you could take the total goals. You also could take the winner to win just there's a lot you could do to win by a push. If they draw no bet, that's a different bet. You could also winner by push that so if they draw, you don't lose your money, but you also have an opportunity to win money if they win, right? But the odds are worse for you. So here's what I'm getting at, right? Is the fact that if you take over under of 2.5, let's just say that over under, meaning we need them to score over 2 goals to win the match. At 90 minutes, the game is over.
Right.
So if they go to extra time, a lot of people think if we go to extra time, I still have an opportunity to score an extra goal. No. After 90 minutes, all bets are closed, no matter what. So there is no extra time. So you have to bet your bets within 90 minutes.
So wait a minute.
That's why I'm buying things the way they are.
I could make this bet at 2.5 over.
Over 2.5 would be minus 185,
right?
And you'd have to put. Let's simplify it. $18 to win $10.
Yeah, that's stupid, right?
$100 probably would win like $60.
So in this case, the under is better.
It's not great value. But if let's say plus money next to it, then you're getting money on top of it. So it'd be 100 to win 180. You know,
I could place this bet in the middle of the game. Like if I see that they've scored 2 goals, I could go and make a bet according to that.
That's the best value I find in my specific market. You know, I do this a lot, and I'm always watching the lines as they move. And if you see specifically at halftime, right? You see a game in halftime, and I use Flash Score. It's like my opportunity to see what value there is on teams that are getting opportunities. And if I see a team that it has 7 shots on goal and it's 0-0 at halftime, then that second half and they're plus money, I'll take them plus money all day just to score a goal. You know, and you could do that to score a goal too. As you can see, Miami total goals right there. Boom. So if we're ever watching a Miami game, right, and we're dominating the first half, and we know that Messi is going to play the full game and Busquets is going to play the full game,
right,
and we're dominating them, go look at that second half line and boom, over a goal in the second. Just that's live. It doesn't need to be at any time, and you get plus 100, whatever the case may be. That's obviously not the case in this situation because they're expecting us to score a ton of goals, but that gives you opportunity. It's called what we call value.
It's interesting stuff. Some comments in the chat. Question from Joe Kerr basically saying, are you sure extra time is included? Overtime, which doesn't happen in a season, won't count. But
Joe,
extra time.
Joe, you're wrong. I'm sorry to
all right,
give it flatly. But if you're betting if you bet that goal right now over a half, let's just say you did that. That would have to be in 90 minutes. It would not be valid past that 90-minute mark. If they went to – so we were talking about this pre-show, Peter, was, CONCACAF. And that's the only time that this would be valid, right? Because in MLS, there is no overtime. So it's always going to be within 90 minutes.
Well, no.
Well,
we always – if I'm wrong. In all soccer, you have 90 plus. All soccer.
That's what
the chatter's talking about.
Okay. So in that case, yes, absolutely, sir, or Joe. I think that was your.
Yeah,
name.
I think it was Joe.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. I'm saying extra time.
Well,
meaning
that is called extra time.
30 minutes.
No. Yeah. So now it's our time to school you, Brandon. Put down the
tell
iPad.
Me. Feed me. I'm talking gambling. I'm trying to get.
I know. But in soccer terms,
90 plus works.
In soccer terms,
but I said extra minutes, which is.
Yeah, I know what you said. You said,
right,
hang on. You said extra time. Extra time in soccer is when the referee says, 90 minutes has happened. We're going to play another minute or 2 because, Messi took a long time to walk off the field, or we celebrated too long for a goal. That is called extra time.
Extra time, sure. But I think of extra time as that extra 15 or 30 minutes or the 30 minutes that you get when you go to the World Cup, you know?
Yeah. I know what you're talking. You're talking about like what Americans would call overtime. So, or some people will call it at kata, saying added time. There's many different terms that people use in soccer. But anyways, all right. Lewis is asking another question, and we got to. This is fun. We probably need to have you back on another time, but we got a lot of soccer jerseys we also got to get to soon. But Lewis is asking, how can you bet during a game? I'll tell you. You download the app
and get
you become a degenerate.
Code. Get his promo code. You get $50 for free.
I don't even know what it is. I don't even know how to find it.
Peter, send your promo code. Then boom.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what promo code.
If not, I'll give him my promo code and I'll get a free $50.
I don't even know how to find it. I don't know what it is.
Right there, we'll get it. So, hey, as you see the Hard Rock app right there. So why don't you? So right there, click into that Rutgers Minnesota game, if you don't mind. Yeah. That game is live right now. You could do that in soccer as well. Boom.
Right. Gotcha.
It's live. So you can bet whenever you want.
They don't have, you know what I like, Ed, are the stupid bets. You know what they call the prop bets? They don't have any prop bets in these games. I want to, is like, like somebody said in the chat, I forgot where it was, betting on injuries. If we could bet on injuries, we would bet on Mr. Glass every time. That's one of our players, by the way, Brandon. We've nicknamed him Mr. Glass because you just breathe on him and he gets hurt. Robbie Robinson. But
I've been wanting to talk to you about prop betting, but we'll get to that if you want to come back to. I'll hang around. You guys do your show, but I'll be around. I'm fine.
We I don't see any prop bets in there, but that's probably another topic for another show. Another reason to have you on.
Bring me back. I'm happy to be here.
I gotta say though, Ed, are you tempted while we're sitting there on Wednesday night? We're going to be in this sold out stadium. Brandon's going to be at home, but we're going to be at this sold out stadium. He doesn't have tickets. He's not that cool. He's got a hat, but he doesn't have tickets. But we're going to be in this I don't know if he has them, but I'm assuming. We're going to be in this sold out stadium, going to watch Messi. And are you tempted to download the app and actually put some money, or you know better?
We could probably do it. We could do it live, since sometimes we do live shows. Maybe we do it right before the show, and then in halftime we'll see, if we update it or.
So wait a minute. You want me to put out on the internet that I've gambled, that my wife watches these shows, and
it's legal. It's legal. It's legal.
Oh, it is.
Whether it's legal or not doesn't mean it's okay in your household.
Well, I'm single. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, there was so much there to actually, let's go to the screen. So much there to learn, so much fun. I think we barely scratched the surface there, Brandon, but the topic is a lot of fun. Especially for our, I don't know how many of our viewers, but here you go. Exactly. Kata's talking about bet a weather delay. Now that's a fun bet that they should have at our stadium, because it's going to be what? Negative something like all the time. Because, just reality. It rains a lot.
Hey, guess what? You put 100, you could win 1,000. You never know. That's the luxury of betting, baby.
Yeah. All right. Well, I was just looking. We got a call in, but it doesn't look like it. I don't know if it's anything about gambling. So we'll talk about that one later. But all right, Brandon, this was a lot of fun. Hopefully you can find some time to spend with us sometime in the future and see if we still have homes to live in, because we've maybe gambled it all away. Or my retirement and all that stuff.
Going into bigger homes.
All right. Well, Brandon, tell us about how people can follow you and your gambling exploits and your podcast and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, I do this for free. Obviously, this is more of for fun than anything else. But just you can follow me on Twitter at Plotnick Sports. So follow me there. I'm happy to explain things. DM me. I'll give you insights, access. Let's do the whole thing. Hey, Peter, Uncle Ed, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me on here. It's been an honor. And hey, let's go Inter. Hey.
All right. It was a lot of fun, Brandon. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you sometime in the future. I mean, I'll talk to you at a company huddle or something, but we'll have you on the show sometime in the future.
You can't leave me.
All right. I'll see you later, Brandon. Thanks. All right, Ed.
Wow, Peter Brown. That I had nothing really to say because everything was so
also
brand
I
new.
talk a lot.
That too.
And Ed, I prepared. I downloaded the app. Yeah.
You had an idea, but all that negative stuff. I mean, now it's starting to make more sense. Now I have an idea of it.
I get it a little bit. And here's the thing: it is somewhat addicting to the fact that, look, I might do it, but put in but you have to minimum in order to basically activate the app. You have to put in $100. But you could bet on these games for as little as like $10. So it's like, if you look at it like, hey, this is just some play money, fun money, and don't and just goof around with it. Maybe it's fun, but gotta say, everyone at your job needs a side job, Peter. No, everybody just has got other passions, other things to have fun with. So
Peter's got soccer,
yeah,
and Brandon's got his betting thing.
Luis Barrio says, betting is like love until you get married. All right. So before we go into the jerseys, we do have one voicemail. I don't think it had anything to do with gambling. If not, we are now your gambling experts, and we will cover that. So let's listen to this voicemail, and then we're going to go through all the jersey of the show. Might go a little long, depending on the thoughts that we have. So let's go to the voicemail. You can show your shirt later, Ed. I know you're excited to show your shirt.
Getting ready to show it.
It's time for your voicemail.
Hello?
Hey, Peter, Uncle Ed, Kevin Gonzalez calling from up in the 561. Hope that all is well with you, and shout out to everybody and all the fans supporting the Futbol Miami TV. Well, here we are, folks. Another season is upon us, and it's unlike any other we've ever experienced before. 2020, I, along with Uncle Ed, we were at the very, very first Inter-Miami game out in Los Angeles. We were complete rookies, complete unknowns, complete babies in the league. And now we're not only the envy of the entire league, but practically the envy of the football world. So much so that MLS is putting us as the first game of the regular season on Wednesday night. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there, as I had to make the difficult decision not to renew season tickets for next year. But rest assured, I'll be at some of the games this year, and hoping to see many of you when I come down to Fort Lauderdale as well. But it's a completely new era. We've got the Big Four with Messi, Busquets, Jordi Alba, and Suarez. Sports betting fully legal and operational for the first time in the state of Florida. So it's a complete newness, a complete freshness, and looking forward to what will definitely be an exciting season. Not to mention, of course, the fact that we're also going to be playing in the Champions Cup this year. So hopefully we can at least win one trophy. I know that Taylor Twelvin's been talking a lot of trash recently about us maybe only winning one trophy, but you know what? We're going to win a hell of a lot more. But anyways, great show. Get out to the games, guys. Support the club. Remember, this is our team, our pride, and hopefully I'll be able to see you at some of the games later on this year. Take care, everyone. Be safe. Bye-bye.
Well, Kevin, if you're that confident that we're going to win so many trophies, why don't you put a little money on it? Why don't you put a little money on? That was the kind of the thing of the show. Put a little money on. Put your cash where your mouth is.
Well, and Kevin's, he had to make that sacrifice of not going to the games because everything's so expensive. And I just, I think you put up, or I think it was Marco put up a tweet, or somebody put up of was it Bayern Munich, one of those teams that didn't raise their prices on season tickets because they don't want to give it to the fans. I like that. Now I think I'm going to retweet it when I get a chance, but.
If the show wasn't so crowded already, I probably would have pulled that graphic and talked about that. But there's definitely more to talk about as far as pricing of tickets. As an example, I started throwing things out at you this weekend because I was sitting by the pool and I had nothing else to do, just drinking some of my girly drinks and sitting by the pool and saw that Miami FC season tickets. You want to see professional soccer in Miami? $300. for the entire season, and you get a jersey to go along with that.
Nice.
So anybody that, and look, I know Kevin lives north. There's going to be a USL championship team in in West Palm. I think it's coming. I think that was the announcement. There's talk about there being one in Naples. So there's opportunities other than Inter Miami if you want to see live soccer. Because look, I told my wife this, if it gets too crazy expensive in the coming years when they build a new stadium, you might see me still supporting the team, but watching it from TV. And that's when I'll buy the Vision Pro. And then to see my live soccer, to see something like a Miami FC or a West Palm Beach championship team. There's other options for your pocketbook. So anyways, that's a whole nother topic for another day.
That's a lot of money. And yeah, some people are going to have to go that way. I almost had to go that way this season because my wife was like, all right, fine, you can go to the games, but if I were you, I'd just watch at home. You're definitely going to be able to afford more beer, and you can watch it, and you can pause it when you're in the restroom.
Yeah, and then stick with us, guys, tonight, because this show is going to go long because we now got off on a tangent we weren't planning on having, unless we breeze through the jerseys, but I don't think that's going to happen. But there's promises with this Vision Pro, this Apple Vision Pro that came out. I did a lot of research on it. It's very expensive, but $3,500. But it's supposed to, and they haven't given out all the details yet, but it's supposed to, put you on the field. Like it's not just looking at a big screen. It's supposed to put you on the field somehow. I don't know if that's going to happen this year with Apple TV and MLS Season Pass, but that's the plan with this Vision Pro thing. So if I couldn't go to Inter Miami games, I put down the one-time big payment of the Vision Pro. You just pay for it once, and then that, that's technically about the season ticket prices, but then just sit and watch them at home or something like that and feel like you're in the stadium. I mean, that might be the future. Anyways,
wow, that'd be cool.
Mike V saying less than a season ticket might be the way to go. Yeah. I'm really curious to at least see what the Vision Pro sports product looks like because right now I've watched a lot of demos on the Vision Pro, and it's like if you watch a movie, you're just watching a bigger screen. So you have a big screen TV anywhere you go. Anywhere you look, you got a big screen TV. That's pretty cool. But they've promised to put you on the field, basically. And so I want to see that. I want to see what that experience is like. So,
wow.
And maybe that's not this year because it's a new product. So I don't know when it all happens, when it all comes together.
Word on that, your experience, how's that work? I mean, that'd be cool.
What's that?
Video, right? Would you be able to record your experience? I mean,
a little bit. Some people have recorded, for demo purposes, they've recorded their vision, their thing, but it's not like, hey, we're going to make a YouTube video on it so much, but if that's where you're going.
Yeah.
But anyways, all right, Ed, we've talked too much about this kind of nonsense. We could do that for a lot of lot of stuff to go. I got sidetracked with some chats, but let's move on and talk about these things, these jerseys. We're going to start off. So brand new jerseys. Every team in the league came out with a new jersey. What do you want to show us, Ed? Let's go.
Peter,
let's go. Hang on. Let's go full screen, Ed.
There you go. All right. Cause I'm wearing my Miami Fusion,
Yeah.
And anyways, I wore it because we're going to talk about the jerseys, but I wanted to show you guys the very first shirt that came out for Miami was this T-shirt right here.
Yeah, I got two of them, Ed.
It's in mint condition. This is my wife's.
Because she's never worn it.
She barely ever wears it. I think I made her wear it one time. I think she wore it one time to a game, and that's it. But you could see how much I wore mine. Look at this sucker. Yeah.
It's all worn out, Ed. I can't even tell that's an MLS patch. There's no color left.
Nothing left, man. So, and I've got another one also that they gave us at another presentation, a black one that's just as used as that one. But I just wanted to show it off so you guys can get an idea of how I wear my Miami shirts.
I have those shirts as well, but mine looks pristine. I did wear them, but I don't have. I guess I took better care of it. I don't know. I don't wear them as much as you do, though. I will say that. I look at that stuff and like, you know, it stays hung up for the most part and stuff like that. But once in a while, I wore it on a show recently. But anyways, there's definitely a history of Inter Miami shirts, and we're going to get to that. We're going to save the Inter Miami shirt for last. And look, we got 15 minutes to go through this, so hang with us, guys. This might be an hour and a half long show because we got to first start off. So all teams, for those of you that don't know, and I'm sure everybody here knows, every other shirt is renewed every 2 years. So they come out with a new design for every other shirt. So, you know, for us, it's the pink shirt this year that gets renewed, and they come out with a new design. Next year, they'll renew the black shirt and come out with a new design. Meanwhile, we'll keep the pink. So you got a new shirt every single year, which is cool. But now these shirts, the controversial thing, Ed, is these shirts, if you get an authentic with the name on the back, and so I saw some people going, oh, the Miami shirts. No, every shirt in the league is the same price, and they're $194, I believe. If you want an authentic shirt with the name of Giacomakis, or whatever the heck that is, from Atlanta, you got to put down about almost $200. You know, the replica, which is cheaper but not quite as cool because it does the design changes a little bit, is like what, $30-$40 cheaper,
Right?
Maybe 50.
Yeah, but yeah, I just gotta tell you that Atlanta. What's up with that leafy look? I mean,
So yeah, what do you think about this Atlanta shirt? I already saw somebody in the chat. I forget where. Oh, here, Kata is saying not a fan of the Atlanta kit. Where's a new Weissman? Our fan from Atlanta, a new Weissman. Where are you at? What do you think of this Atlanta shirt? I'm not a fan, Ed. I like the color. Atlanta always does a good job of playing with other colors outside of their logo because clearly blue is not in their logo. They're good at experimenting with other colors. They're blue and yellow. I mean, what do they think they are? The Fusion?
Well, they're not that good. I'll tell you that much. Not this time, at least.
Yeah, the flower design. Look, I think the shirt would have been better if it was just the light blue with the highlights of yellow and just remove the sublimated flower. Just remove that flower, just keep it plain. I think it would be better.
Peter, that's the uniform for like a team in Hawaii or something.
Hawaii.
I mean, like, hula, whatever, man.
Here you go. Troy's saying it looks like wallpaper from the 60s.
I like that.
All right, next up. And these are alphabetical, except we're going to save Miami for last. Everything else is alphabetical.
Is that in black and white?
What?
It kind of looks like it's a black and white picture or something. Is that the actual color? Like faded or?
I mean, I don't know about you seeing black and white. I don't know if everybody else is seeing something different or Ed is colorblind, but that's green, Ed.
Maybe I am colorblind.
or hopefully it's coming across correctly. I think
green.
It's a green. It's a different shade of green than what they've used before. And look, I'm particular about keeping your shade of green. I'm all about branding. Like that's kind of what I do. And I'm all about sticking with your colors. And Inter Miami can't seem to do that, but neither can Austin. I think this looks classy.
The design's not bad, but it's just the color. It's not. That's green.
It's green on the shoulders, and it's like an off-white on the main portion. And I also like that they simplified their logo. Isn't that a more simplified Austin FC logo? I think I'm not 100% sure. I'm not the biggest Austin fan here, but yeah. that is I think that's a really nice looking class. Simple, clean, but classic. You're not a fan though, it sounds like.
I just don't like that the green is, it doesn't look that green. Maybe I'm colorblind. Like I
don't know.
I don't like.
Let's go. Okay, so we had the Charlotte guys in here. I don't know if the Charlotte guys are in here still. Charlotte guys were in here. This is their shirt. What do you think, Ed?
It's I guess it's water or something. Different levels of water. Is that
I
like in
guess.
the ocean? Is Charlotte on the ocean? I don't think so.
Kata saying you're colorblind.
Probably.
Everybody else says it looks green. Kata also is saying CLTFC is okay, nothing crazy. I'm not a fan of those kind of like faded type of shirts. Like, look, Orlando City had kind of a shirt similar a year or two ago, whatever it was, that had like a color gradation. I'm not a fan of that. And this is along those lines. I think their blue is cool. I like their Tar Heel blue. I think it's cool. Yeah. Aaron Lee says straight up, very ugly. I love that you got right straight to the point.
Ugly. So far, I haven't liked any of them.
So I'm not a big fan of that one. I do like the Austin one. I think Charlotte's is just okay. But look, here's the thing that I think is hilarious. Yet at the same time, I get it being in the kind of the marketing side of graphics and all that and my business. They put a story behind every single detail of every single, uniform. I think it's hilarious. They'll look at a stripe and saying the stripe is the heartbeat of the city. Well, that's what they do for Inter Miami, and it signifies this and it signifies that. And okay, sometimes things like that really do make sense. Other times it's just they're searching. And I think it's funny. I like what Jose said. Looks like ice cream. Makes you hungry. Makes you want to go get some ice cream. Whoa. 141 goal is disagreeing with us. She says Charlotte is by far the best. Don't make me call in. Anthony says it's not bad. And that's how I feel. Not bad. Not my favorite. Not bad. All right, move on. Chicago.
It's a traditional Chicago look.
And that's why I like it. Will I tell you this is the most amazing shirt? No. But I do appreciate that they're going back to where it all started. That's what they always had. They had this look and with a big white stripe. And so I appreciate the fact that they're going back to kind of where they started. Now, of course, the blue is a different shade and all that stuff. But I kind of did. And also, I didn't know that Carvana was their sponsor.
Me too. But
Oliver,
yeah,
ain't Carvana bankrupt? I don't know.
I guess they're not that bankrupt.
Apparently not. They got some money. Kata. Say it. Sorry, Ed. What?
And maybe it's the end of their contract.
Kata says classic. Been some years since they did this look for the fire. I agree. Michael Connolly with his Def Leppard background says not bad. Yeah, not bad. I like that it's classic. It's clean. It's not gonna win any awards, but it's clean. And look, at the end of the day, I think the jerseys that we're looking at this year, I think they're an improvement. I think overall the league did better. Aaron Lee is saying, I think the logo ruined this uniform. Little smaller logo would have been better, but not bad. I think if you made it smaller, it might look lost in that big ass, white bar.
Yeah, it's going back to tradition. I'm okay with that one.
Yeah.
It's me.
All right. Cincinnati? What'd you say? What was your reaction, Ed?
Plain. It's got that rainbowish thing going on.
I thought your reaction when you first saw it was, meh. That's what I thought I heard. Meh.
Yeah, it's kind of plain. That was plain. So,
Yeah, and that's the thing is everybody complains about the MLS jerseys all looking the same and all that stuff. It's all Adidas. It's all this. They've got like 5 templates to work from, maybe less. And that's why a lot of them will just be different sublimation prints because that they can have fun with. But the actual design of the shirt, this is basically just a white t-shirt. But I do appreciate the little like almost tribal kind of sleeves in the bottom. I think that looks pretty cool. If they did that in pink and black on one of our shirts, I would like it. It's a plain road jersey, but I think it's not bad.
You're okay. I just think it's so-so. It's plain.
Baldwin,
Two-way.
snore, Cincy.
Yeah, a little boring. I get you, Baldwin.
All right. We're going through these faster than I thought. Oh, this one to me is funny. Columbus Crew.
Nationwide.
What do you think about Columbus Crew?
It's just, but it's kind of weird, the whole nationwide thing.
So,
I like the yellows though.
You like the yellow and the...
Yeah, but the nationwide thing, it's kind of weird.
Does it remind you of anything, Ed?
Oh, it does, but I can't put my finger on it. Go ahead and say it, Peter.
Well, hang on. Give me a second here. And I didn't think about this beforehand, but I'm going to throw up something real fast because it reminds me of...
Oh, nice. Oh,
this
totally.
Right here, this is what I should have presented. This is Columbus Crew's New Jersey.
That's what it looks like. That is really cool.
That
and thank in and out.
And
Charlie Brown's shirt. Yeah.
Charlie Brown.
Chuck. Chuck.
Will the football be pulled out from Cincinnati? Is Lucy to Columbus? Is Lucy going to Columbus Crew games? If I was Columbus Crew, no Lucy's allowed.
That would be a handball though, so I don't think that'll work. No Lucy.
I don't want Lucy anywhere near Charlie Brown if I'm a sporting team. You never know. She pulls footballs out from people, and you never know what she might do.
She's evil, that Lucy, I tell you.
I mean, come on, Ed. Having said that, I think it's kind of cool. Then again, my last name is Brown. So
yeah, you're kind of biased there.
Yeah. Here, Kata's very chatful tonight. Snoopy and Woodstock gonna be a problem. But Lewis likes it. Lewis likes it.
I always liked yellow.
Yeah, yellow and black were the colors of the soccer team I played for as a Ute. So yeah, I'm a fan of that color scheme as well. All right. Well, I think we had somebody in the chat from Colorado. Boom, Colorado.
Ooh, checkery.
Yeah. Wow. It's kind of different for MLS.
You don't get too busy. Yeah, but it's. I don't think it's that bad. It's just it is kind of busy though.
But it's busy up close. From a distance on the field, it's going to look like the back of the shirt. They're not going to even notice. But you wearing it, how's this going to look on a guy that's wearing like an extra large because he's drinking a lot of beers? And do the checkers accentuate your belly?
They could. It could.
That's what I'm wondering. It makes an interesting pattern.
Yeah. I don't know if they thought it through, or maybe it's going to make him look thinner.
Hey, look, a lot of sports fans aren't exactly fit. I'm just saying. What are the checkers? I mean, that pattern, it might get stretched out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think it's okay. It's not great, not terrible. Troy,
there have been ones. I mean, I think the Charlie Brown so far is winning for me.
Charlie Brown's the best one. All right. If I can't convince you, Ed, to go out and hang on. Damian Guzman says it looks like an Avalanche jersey. Okay. Well, doesn't Kroenke own the Avalanche? Isn't the same owner? So I think, right? I'm not sure. I know he owns several sports teams. If I can't convince you to spend $200 on a Colorado Rapids, funny story, Ed. I have a Colorado Rapids training top. Did you know that?
Yeah. I think
our old friend Fernando Clavijo, rest in peace, who was the coach for Colorado at the time, and is also a local South Florida resident, gave me and Julio a Colorado Rapids training shirts when they were training in at that soccer hotel that's in Sunrise.
Is that still there?
I think the hotel is. I don't know if the fields are there. I used to live in that neighborhood.
Crazy.
Luis also says it looks like Premier League style. Well, that's a compliment, right? Aaron Lee, again with the brutal honesty. It's all right, but I'm not buying it this year. Does look like the Avalanche shirt. All right, Ed. So if I can't convince you to buy a Colorado jersey, how about Dallas?
This one. I don't know, man. I like the reddish color, but it's kind of weird. Children's health.
Well, I mean,
It's not
you can't judge the jersey on the sponsor. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
we got a big ass anchor on our shirt. Come on.
Just wait till we get to that one. But for right now, yeah, it's so far. There's Charlie Brown's still winning for me.
Baldwin, Baldwin says there's too much blue for Dallas. How is there too much blue when it's half and half? It's equal parts red on the front as it is blue. How can it be more?
Right.
It's equal parts.
Yeah.
And the back is all red. Having said that, their colors are red and blue. But I miss the hoops. I like the fact that they brought out the hoops, and they should always rock the hoops because that is, again, kind of like Colorado was classic stripe down the middle. Once they became FC Dallas, when they changed it from the burn, they had the hoops. I think they should always be the hoops. I mean, their mascot is named like Hooper, I think. So, and one of the few teams that actually has a mascot in the league. Chris Arjun says, looks a little like the Bayern Munich jersey. I like this shirt. And the funny thing is, I just told you guys a few minutes ago that I'm not a fan of the gradations. Gradation is when it goes from one color to another. I like this one. I like it. I'm not.
And this year I've noticed, Peter, that the jerseys have changed. There used to be I think last year and the year before there was like a basic pattern for all the jerseys. Now there's a difference. I like that.
Yeah, I mean it's it seems like what they're allowed to do now is like we're not going to really change much of the structure of the shirt. The cut of the shirt, you can have choice between this neck, or that. It's going to be the same structure, but the way they print on the shirt, the sublimation that they do on the shirt, I think they are definitely having a lot more freedom and they're doing more cool stuff with it. Tony Axe says the back looks neat. The back is just plain, so I guess you like a plain shirt. All right,
I think that blue streak, I guess maybe.
Yeah, I guess on the arm. All right, how about I'm sorry, Dallas. I keep wanting to say Dallas. DC United.
Yeah. Different. I don't know. I don't know if I'm, if I like it or I don't like it.
See, I think the print on this one is too busy. I think it's just too the lighter colors, the grayish. I think are just too light, too gray. I think it's too busy almost. I think the back looks better than the front. Give me just a plain black with a hint of red all over it. That looks clean and cool.
And that's enough.
But I think,
don't confuse me, you're saying. You're confused with all
I'm not
those
confused. Lines. I just think the front looks a little busy. Baldwin says DC is the most boring club in the league in every way.
In every way.
Huh. Damian Guzman says Jersey. I don't know why he's saying Jersey. Kit, Jersey, whatever. Same thing. God is cracking me up. Ed, he's got a question for you. Is this green, Ed?
No.
Because you thought the green looked like black.
The other one looked,
You thought the green looked black.
No, gray. It looked gray to me.
You said black?
No. It was more grayish.
All right. I love that they're poking fun at you. Chris Arjun saying the print looks like Rooney's tire tracks after he left the building. He bolted out of there so fast and got fired just as quick at his next job.
Yeah. Ouch.
All right.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's get rid of DC and go to Houston. I think... Okay, you go first.
Well, for a second there, I almost thought it was Orlando.
No. What about another? Well, okay, yeah. But because of the orange, who else does it look like? Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
I thought this was Houston trying to be Cincinnati.
Wow.
And then their patch looks super faded for some reason.
Yeah, that's another thing. What is up with that? See, I thought I was colorblind again. It's faded.
Yeah,
What is the
purple and orange. Again, teams playing around with new colors, which is at least fun. But it feels like this is a Cincinnati shirt.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, man. Totally. It looks almost the same.
Other than that, it's just a plain shirt. The only thing they did is change the color. I mean,
Yeah. And fade the logo.
At least in this photo. And this is the photo. These are, just so you guys know, I ripped these photos off of the MLS store. So these are what they are promoting that they look like on shopping. So, I was tempted to download the image that MLS used to promote, but it was very busy and all that. And I wanted to focus strictly on the shirts. So I pulled the images from the MLS store. Louis says, that's green, Ed.
Everybody's teasing me. Hey, man, maybe I am colorblind. Which is a bad thing because if I don't see the green light, that's not good.
You just look for the black light. Just look for the black light, Ed.
There you go.
All right, next up, Sporting KC.
You know those sweaters that
Argyle, like an Argyle?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, something like that.
So, Sporting KC for on and off for years since they became Sporting KC. Before they were the Kansas City Wiz, but since they've been Sporting Kansas City, they've played around with this Argyle kind of print quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a fan. Now, again, this is just kind of one of those sublimation prints, similar to kind of we have on the black jersey. I kind of like this one, Ed. I think this one looks cool, clean, a little bit different, but yet not too different. It looks on the back that it might also have a little bit of a pattern going this way as well. Louis says, it's okay. Nothing big.
Nothing big. Yeah. I could see you wearing those type of sweaters, Peter.
Yeah, it's very very white suburban, white picket fence. I drive my SUP. I have 1.5 kids or whatever the number is.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I guess I do fit that bill, right?
Yeah. I could see you buying that.
Will you buy this? Would you buy this if you lived in Kansas City, Ed?
Dude, I'm a fan, and we're gonna get to, I'm a big fan. So anything that's my team, ugly or not, I'm gonna support.
All right. Next up, Los Angeles Galaxy. This is our second game of the season, first road game, right? What do you think?
Yeah, it's just all lines, man. It's just I don't like it.
Can't please you, Ed. This. Okay,
you like it.
I love it. I think maybe also I'm a fan of pinstripes because we're going to get to another pinstripe at least. I like the pinstripes, and I like the fact that LA Galaxy uses the sash, and they went away from it for a little while, but I love the fact that they have the sash. It's, it's very cool, very, Peru kind of thing, or River Plate. I like it. Yeah. It's the only team in MLS that uses the sash, and they went reverse sash here.
The other way.
I dig it.
Kind of, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Again, your big, extra large guy. How do those lines look on? Is this a slimming? Do the lines make it slimming?
I guess we're gonna find out.
Not for us.
We should go back a little bit, after a couple of games and see if we can
find some photos of some fat dudes.
Yeah, we'll just cover their faces up, but you can see, their cherubic bodies and see how they look with some of these uniforms.
There you go. Mike V says, looks like the Yankees if I looked sideways. All right. Troy feels like it's traditional, simple. He likes it. Yeah, look, it's not amazing, but I like it. Kata says we're fat shaming. It's not fat shaming. It's just realistic. Sports fans, America, is overweight. But, a lot of people drink a lot of beers at sporting events. It's not, it is what it is. And if I'm a designer of this stuff, do you consider what it might look like on your fans, or do you just think about, hey, what it's going to look like on the players? But the fans are the ones that are buying it. So you should probably consider what it might look like on your fans of all different sizes. I'm just saying. Think about it. It's not shaming. It's
fact.
Just being... Look, my dog is scratching on the door. He really wants to get in this room. Okay, Ed. This might be the game winner. Can I present to you LAFC?
I like it.
Pinstripes again. More pinstripes.
Yeah, but the color scheme, I just like it. The gold and black, just it does it, man. If I was in LA, that would probably be my team, even though the Galaxy were around longer. But I just like the whole LA FC look.
I like the LAFC look, but if I was a Los Angeles resident from the beginning, I probably would have been Galaxy because it's like they were the original, and I'm not the type to change teams, so I'd probably be LA Galaxy. But this might be the best jersey in the league. Again, it's simple, it's clean, but it just looks so good.
It does look good. And the
Alkaline Mark, new name.
Alkaline
Mark is not a fan of the pinstripes on this one.
Mm-hmm. Alkaline Mark. Yeah, everybody's got their thing, but
Is it light vanilla? I don't know. What'd you want to say, Ed?
Oh no, I'm just saying that maybe those lines are better form fitting. I think it's gonna make. We know a lot of chubby people, at least in LA. I know a lot of chubby people, so I can definitely call them up and have them show off their jerseys.
There you go. All right. I think that might be the best. Now, this next jersey, I've seen online and people seem to like it a lot. I don't know.
Ooh.
Minnesota.
I'm a Star Trek fan, so I think it's cool, but the little target thing in the middle kind of throws me off.
Come on, Ed. Stop judging the sponsors.
I think it makes me feel like it's a wormhole. I'm going to go straight through it.
It's like a Star Trek Deep Space Nine, speaking of wormholes.
And that I kind of like.
I mean, look, their fan club is known as the Dark Clouds, right? These are kind of like Dark Clouds-ish, Milky Way thing, like Damian Guzman says, outer space. I don't know. I guess I'd have to see it in person. Quick glance, I'm just like, again, just more of that sublimation print. I just don't know. I think I'm more along with Mike V. It's awful. I might be more in line with Mike V.
And I actually like it.
Maybe it's because you agree with it. Maybe it's like Aaron Lee says those people must be on mushrooms. Maybe you are. I don't know.
Reminiscing from my youth.
Oliver says, I spilled my Crest toothpaste on my jersey. Oh, well.
It could be these, yeah. You spilled
But
something.
I'll tell you this. I saw comments from people that are in Minnesota. I've got a couple, Minnesota Twitter friends and all that. We used to have a guy, Brian Korstad, on our show all the time in the old days, the NASL days and stuff like that. And they're all fans of this. So the people in Minnesota, they dig it. I do know that.
And they're big people. We've
we met them. Because these guys, they flew from Minnesota down to face the Fort Lauderdale Strikers back in the day. So that was cool.
They were monstrosities. They were very tall, very big.
Mike V would wear this to paint my house because, look, if you drop anything on it, no one will ever notice.
Yeah, they'll think it's part of it, part of the jersey.
All right, next up, you could probably figure it out because we are going alphabetical. We're doing it alphabetical, Ed. Who's next?
I don't know. With M? I don't know. Could it be?
Montreal! You guessed it right, Ed.
Oh. And they have to use a French guy, too. Piet.
Hey, it's kind of similar to the way I spell my name.
Yeah. Pieter.
Yeah. What do you think?
I like the stripe thing going down. It's a little plain otherwise, but I kind of like the stripe going down.
I mean, look, a lot of soccer jerseys are plain. I mean, the one I'm wearing is plain, but it looks nice. I like this one. I'm not in love with it. Yeah, I'm kind of like, yeah, looks good. No, nothing amazing, but it looks good.
Yeah, I'd be happy if I was in, which I'm
Michael
not.
Donnelly says very Canadian, and Baldwin says Montreal, home of Joseph Martinez.
Yeah.
So I had a thought. Because Joseph Martinez now playing for Montreal. When Joseph Martinez was on Atlanta, he scored a pretty goal against Miami. I remember that game. I don't know if it was our first year of the season or something like that, but it might have been. And I'm just hoping, he doesn't do the same thing. Better when he's playing against Miami than he was playing for Miami. But
I just think he didn't fit in with our system.
Yeah. Sports Shorts says it's terrible with the line off center. And to that point, I will agree with him in that, look, the line's off center from the branding of the sponsor. Nothing you can do about that, really. But it's also off centered from the patch of the team. It should be, they should put the patch of the team like perfectly. It looks, at least in this picture, it looks a little off. So,
yeah. I see what you're saying, yeah. But maybe the shirt is different.
What'd you say?
Maybe the actual shirt is different when you see it in person.
Maybe.
But I agree. I like the yellows.
You like this one, Ed?
Oh, I like yellow, but it's interesting. I mean,
this is neon yellow. First off, right? I mean, you're gonna stop some traffic in this shirt.
People are gonna notice you. That's for sure.
It's kind of like reverse Boca Juniors?
Yeah, exactly. Reverse Boca Juniors.
I'm not a fan.
That was probably their thing. They're like, Boca Juniors does it. Why don't we? The other way around. I'm
not a fan. I don't really care for it. And I'll tell you this too. I saw some Nashville people commenting. I did some research this weekend. Nashville, they didn't like it either. They don't like it. They thought, hey, you could be a little more creative than this, Nashville ownership. They were not fans. I'm not a fan either. And they didn't even put on their store anybody's name on the back. You got to put your own name. That's how they felt about it.
Wow.
All right, this next one, Ed, I don't know, could be running for top jersey as well, top shirt. New England Revolution.
That's not bad.
I like it a lot. Again, it's got the pinstripe a little bit less, and now they're dotted. I think this is classy looking.
It looks pretty cool. I don't mind it, tell you the truth.
On the field, it's going to look kind of simple, but again, imagine Inter Miami doing something fun like this. We've all just done plain shirts, but imagine doing pink shirt with the black shoulders, all black shoulders. I mean, that kind of thing would look sharp.
Well, I'm sure they're going to think about doing something different eventually. I mean, we've kind of had the same looks for a little bit.
And we're a young team, so we got plenty of time to switch things up. And Kata feels like this is his second favorite, really clean for the Revs. Chris Harjoon, going back to our large fans topic, pinstripe here are made for large fans. They're more spread out. All right, now we got Red Bull. This is a busy shirt. This one's busy.
I don't like it, Peter.
I don't like it either.
Wow, what is that? Is that supposed to be like lightning bolts or?
I don't know.
The fans must have been complaining.
I didn't. The research that I did not include like the descriptions of the branding, because they all have something stupid. But I'm sure it means something to look, when you drink a Red Bull, you get lots of energy. It's full of caffeine, so the players are all highly caffeinated on the field.
Looks like they got some kid just to put some lines down the middle, wow.
No. Yeah. This is the one I meant to put up. Dizzy. Just looks dizzy.
Maybe they put that so the players could get dizzy when they're playing.
The opposing team? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Another New York team?
It looks like a Manchester United type of thing.
See, this one, again, is simple, but I like the fact that it's got the blue on one side and the orange on the other. That's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, I didn't notice. Yeah, down the middle. Look at that.
Yeah. Your stripes are orange on one side. Stripes are, the patches are orange on one side. They're blue on the other side. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, not bad. A little simple, the rest of it, but I see what you're saying, Peter Brown.
It is clean.
People
like it. Sport Shorts likes it. I think Mike V. If they're Aaron Lee so far saying he likes this one. My favorite so far. But Sport Shorts also says he won't buy it, but it's great. Yeah, none of us. If you're an Inter Miami fan, nobody's buying these. But they're fun to look at. How the league do. All right, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Stick with us. Stick with us.
Almost there.
Not almost, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting to here. Look, the next one. I'm going to tell you. I hate to say, but I kind of like it.
Why does it?
Are you okay, Ed? Ed, you all right?
Why do I always peek when I see Orlando?
Look, it's what makes this shirt cool because
I hate it because it's Orlando.
Yeah, but look at it objectively.
No,
it is plain white shirt, but actually, in certain pictures, Ed, it looks a little pink. Like they are trying to say, even we're influencing them as well.
They want to be us, man. Even their sponsor wants to be us.
And here's where I agree with Sport Charts. What makes this shirt good is the logo. Hate it, but the logo is very good because the logo, they went back to their USL logo. It's a throwback. And I think there's a little bit of a theme in some of these shirts. They have a little bit of a throwback look. I think Austin's has a throwback look. This one definitely does. I think there might be one or two more that's got a throwback look. Rodrigues saying looks tie-dye. I think their shirt looks like the pink is kind of like, you washed your white shirt with a pair of pink socks and oops, got a little pink on it. But yeah. I do like that the team has history. So like we don't really have that history. They were a USL team first that had this logo, which I don't even think is a great logo. But
they were in Austin, Pete.
What's that?
They started off in Austin.
They sure did. And they didn't feel like Austin was a viable market, so they moved to Orlando, which is funny because Austin's killing it with Austin FC.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it for the history, like Alkaline Mark says.
Why do you like you're a closet Orlando City fan, Peter Brown?
No, I am not. I just like Disney.
Well, you're liking that Orlando jersey, so
yeah, the logo. I like the logo. It's not bad. You got to admit when something's good is good, right? No matter even if your enemy wears it. Look, Tampa Bay Rowdies for years were my enemy. We could do this whole show with USL as well because Miami FC's shirt looks great. Tampa Bay Rowdies shirt, I don't like them as a club. Shirt looks awesome. They got the hoops on the sleeves again. They brought that back like the old days. I think it looks great. So you can appreciate your enemy's gear.
Yeah, I kind of wish Tampa would be in Major League Soccer. I think that would be one hell of a rivalry. Not just with us, but also with Orlando. They're just like right there.
All right. Next up, Philadelphia.
Whoa.
They always have the stripe down the middle. So
yeah. Which is cool, but yeah, I'm not too fond of that. You probably like it. No. Yeah. I wouldn't buy it. Well, it's not my team.
Yeah, I'm curious what their fans think. It's fine. Again, it's got the gold in it. Gold is cool. The light blue is cool. I think the color scheme looks good. That kind of pattern in the middle is a little busy. But, they got to change it up. They usually have a solid pattern down the middle with some pinstripes or some striping, some rules on the side. People love to have fun with their sponsor, Bimbo. I think is actually how it's said.
Bimbo.
And I saw some people like comments criticizing the logo and just like, oh, come on, man. I'm like, did you just start following the team? Because that's been their sponsor for a little while. So this is nothing new.
A lot of Mexican teams have that sponsor.
Sure do. Chris Arjun saying skid mark tread. Is that what your shorts look like, Chris?
I want to see a picture of that. No,
no pictures, please. No pictures. You're a good photographer. Don't take a picture of that.
Yeah.
Don't ruin your camera. Tony Ack says it's a rattlesnake pattern.
Oh,
is that the story? I guess it could make sense because they do have the snake in the logo, the whole Philadelphia thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, sometimes the story behind it helps, but sometimes it's stupid. So, anyways, all right. Portland.
Oh, Portland. Very leafy. I mean, see now this makes more sense. I mean, they've got the pine.
They're all lumberjacks.
Tree. Yeah, so it makes sense. I mean, I don't happen to like it too much, but it makes sense because in Atlanta, I mean, dude, it's not Hawaii, But that makes.
And so, a lot of people had comments, and again, we'll get to it in more detail about our shirt being all down the center. This is down the center too, so it's like it's a thing that Adidas is pushing a little bit. Now, it doesn't look quite as egregious because they have a horizontal sponsor, so it doesn't quite look as egregious. But Baldwin feels like this is bathroom wallpaper.
Yeah, look at that.
Kata feels like this could be a Miami design as well. Just throw on palm trees instead. I agree. That pretty much could look like that.
Yeah.
Sport shorts. Wait, you're too young to make these kind of jokes. Sport shorts looks like weed. Sport shorts is young, guys.
Oh, man.
It's too young for that. All right. Our first opponent, Wednesday night, might be wearing this shirt.
That.
What do you
got
think?
The mountain thing going?
Yeah.
We're also different. It kind of looks like Barcelona-ish.
A little bit. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They got the mountain thing. It's one of those that you would say, oh, there's a meaning to it.
Yeah, because this one, the meaning is kind of, it makes sense, right? There are mountains in Salt Lake. I think when you watch the games, I think there's mountains behind the stadium. I mean, I like, nice like Alkaline Mark is agreeing with you. It looks like a Barcelona, but at least they changed it up a little bit with that, the pattern at the top.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I like it. And look, you could say it looks like Barcelona. There's only so many designs you could do, right? So
they've all been done.
I like this one. I think it's at least creative for MLS. Even if you're ripping off another team, I don't know. Baldwin says it's the Wasatch Mountains. Wasatch.
Yeah, he's giving us a geography lesson.
Yeah. Oliver says it's a Captain America vibes. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I get because Captain America's got the stripes in the bottom half of his uniform.
I got you.
Here's another throwback that I do like. It's plain, it's simple, but the logo, it's a throwback. And this looks clean. And this, can you tell what team this is, Ed?
Wait, the Quakes?
Yeah, it's a San Jose Earthquakes. Yeah, it's hard to tell because it's a completely different logo. It looks like they're using a logo from back in their early days. I mean, San Jose Earthquakes has been a name of a team for many, 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 many years. So they just keep different incarnations.
It's rather plain, but it's got that throwback feel to it. So
it does.
They'll sell.
The fact that it's got a retro logo on it wins me over.
Mm-hmm. That's very cool.
Baldwin says, makes me think of DC too much. I mean, yeah. I mean, again, we all have the same shirt manufacturer, so it's gonna look similar.
Yeah.
Mike V saying, looks like what I wore to go to away camp in the 80s.
Wow. Yeah,
All right.
I could see that. But yeah, it totally looks from way back in the day. 80s,
All right, only
80s.
only a few more, and then we'll wrap this sucker up. What do you think of Seattle?
Seattle.
Seattle
like
now,
it.
they got a new logo too. They completely rebranded. They got a brand new logo, simplified, clean, love it or hate it, whatever. It's new.
I
do you
don't
think?
think it's too bad. I think it's decent. You can
I
tell
like
it's them. Yeah, you can tell it's them.
Again, this is kind of a throwback with that lighter blue. I'm a fan. It feels kind of old school. And also, if you think about it, there was a time in the early MLS where several teams had those kind of thick stripes going down the middle. I think LA Galaxy had it. Maybe the Metro Stars had it. I think there's a version for the Tampa Bay Mutiny, of all these guys. So it kind of reminds me of some old school MLS shirts as well.
Yeah, I like it.
Luis Barrio says it's a rock solid design. I see some people asking questions about players. We're really not getting into that today because we can't do a 3-hour show. I'm thirsty. I ran out of my drink. I'm thirsty.
Oh boy. You need to have a cooler next to your. That's if I ever. Oh, let me see.
St. Louis.
St. Louis, Purina.
Again, stop judging the sponsor, Ed. Come on. I know it's a dog food, but it's a weird sponsor. But they got money.
All right, but that's another one, Peter. That it could make your tummy look a little bit bigger than what it is.
Lots of funky lines. But at least it jazzed up a simple white jersey.
There you go.
It jazzed up a simple plain white jersey.
Yes.
It looks a little more red, a little less pink, because their first jerseys, there was always that argument. Is it pink or is it red? They say it's red, but it did look a little pink. This looks a little more red.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting near the end. Another plain white shirt for Toronto.
Is this like the logo thing going there?
See, again, there is a theme going across the league for teams to kind of do throwback logos. Now, I don't know if Toronto, I didn't look it up. Did Toronto completely rebrand to this logo, or is this just kind of making a fake throwback? Because, this wasn't their logo as far as I know.
Right.
I like the kind of throwbacky kind of old school logo, but it's just a plain shirt.
Yeah.
Got some sort of pattern in the middle, but it's real faint. Barely notice it.
And Toronto they're still ranked, very low. So
hey,
got insignia.
The betting, they're ranked last. What was it? 10,000 to 1.
And they got some like players, but I guess they're not giving them much of a chance.
Nope. All right. Vancouver, and it'd be hard to tell because again they changed their logo for this shirt. I don't think this is their new official logo or anything, but they're having a little bit of fun with their jersey.
If you would have told me who it was, I would have never pictured it.
No,
It looks
I know.
like a candy team or something.
I mean, it's got a maple leaf in there, so it leads you to think it's Canada.
I thought it was the Canadian national team jersey.
Right. Oh, is this true? Kata is saying it's old school NASL logo. Is that the old school NASL logo?
Then a couple of teams have gone, done throwbacks, which is kind of cool. But Peter's looking it up, but yeah,
because that's not the Whitecaps logo. I know.
No. Yeah, I thought it was the Canadian national team jersey or something. I was gonna say, what Canadian national team is playing in Major League Soccer this year? That would have been good practice.
Yeah, I don't.
Remember, I think the NASL used to have a team. The USA, it was kind of like the USA national team. It was all Americans. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do
Peter?
remember that.
Yeah.
See, this is the NASL logo, the old school Vancouver logo that I'm aware of.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe there is an older version. I'm not sure. But this is the old. Kind of very 80s kind of looking white caps.
They definitely put in there. So,
but going back to their shirt, overall simple, clean. I like it. Nothing to write home about. Look, you put gold on any dark color, it looks cool.
It looks good. Yeah.
Kind of, All right. So finishing it up.
The moneymaker right there.
Inter Miami.
It's my team. I love my team.
Oh, with a sigh.
I don't like the middle thing, man. The whole middle thing, it's just, I would have preferred it to look like the black jersey where, it's to the side and, the logo's to the side and, and the Adidas is on the other side. I thought that looks better. But, I'm a sucker for anything Inter Miami, so I'll probably buy it, Peter.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of the down the middle, but I'm also not the biggest hater like so many people are.
Right.
I think it actually would look better if the logo, the Inter Miami badge, and then the Royal Caribbean logo were just moved up tighter up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
That again, that anchor looking on some plus size men.
Oof. Yeah, that anchor's gonna look like
it's gonna be right on your belly.
Yeah. And it's gonna be upturned, so you might not even get to see the home.
And so the other issue with this is they changed the color of pink again. And I know other teams do it. We saw Austin likes to play around with their color. Their green is more of almost a neon green, and they went with this kind of minty green. Teams like to play with their colors. I like the idea, and I use Manchester United as an example often. They don't change their red, at least not that I'm aware of. Manchester United red is traditional red, and they don't make it darker, lighter. They don't they may have some fun with a third kit, but their main colors it stays the same. So I am kind of particular because this jersey here in this picture looks the same color as the one I'm wearing. But it's not. It is not.
And one of our followers, Patrick Barnhill, he sent me a picture of him with the new jersey, and it doesn't match his shoes. The shoes are made with the jersey that you're wearing. Thinking about that, there you go. There's Patrick right there. I don't know if you can shrink it a little bit so you can see the shoes. They're a different color. Yeah, there you go. See, you could tell a little bit. Maybe the lighting's a little off, but I saw in another picture where you could tell that there's a difference in color.
Sure, there's inconsistency across the board with this shirt, and I'd say on TV this shirt looks great. The players look great. It's a little more vibrant of a color, and I think it looks great on the field. But I mean, I've heard reports, and I think even. Patrick said that it looks a little salmon in person, and my wife now I have not seen this in person yet, but my wife and my daughter were at Sawgrass Mills Mall yesterday, and they went to Dick's Sporting Goods. Dick's Sporting Goods has the shirt, and my daughter said it looks salmon.
Owie.
She said she prefers this pink better.
I do too.
So,
and if it is Sammy, let's just call it.
But it is a weird thing because it really completely does depend on your lighting because what it looks like. It looks brighter on TV, looks lighter in this picture. And like Kata says, yes, it gets darker once players sweat. But even when they first walk out on the field, it looks nice, But anyways, not this one. Could go down as Where would you put this jersey, Ed? Near the bottom?
I'd put it in the middle somewhere.
I'd put it near the bottom.
A little biased because it's my team, but yeah,
course.
I'm just kind of the middle thing.
But on design alone, they changed the color on me.
Not fan.
It's all down the
maybe,
center.
Maybe a little lower now.
I'm putting on the lower third of jerseys in the league this year. So Messi is wearing the lower, one of the worst designs in the league.
I think that my favorite, Peter, was the LAFC jersey. I think that one's up there. I think that one was the one that stuck out for me the most. I like black and gold. I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't disagree. That's definitely a very, very sweet kit.
And your favorite?
It might be that one or the New England. The New England I think was really, really good. So,
gotcha.
I think that one looked really nice. So, yeah, I like those pinstripe ones are good. I like the LA Galaxy one. It was really, really nice. So good stuff. Anyways, Ed, this is one of the longest shows we've done in a long time, or ever.
We covered gambling. We covered all the jerseys. We didn't talk about the team too much. Which we're gonna have tons of videos coming up on Wednesday. We can do videos. I mean, I've got the day off, Peter Brown.
So look forward to. I don't know if we're going to do a game day vlog every game, but we definitely need to do one for the first game of the week. Plus, we'll also do a live, so we'll kind of split those duties. Ed will do one, I'll do the other. And then we also... Say it again? I couldn't hear you.
Marco's probably going to do the Spanish one.
Okay, great. We also want to do a food video. I don't know if we get it done this Wednesday, but hopefully we do. I actually before we planned on talking about shirts, I had a topic of just asking everybody in the chat, like a fun conversation of what's your favorite stadium food, stuff like that. So those are some fun off topics we can have fun with because, I don't like to talk X's and O's all the time. But this was a fun show to get off that. We'll have plenty of time to talk about Redondo, which I saw in the chat. People asking if he's coming or going. I know that they're working on it. It's the deal is somewhat dead, but they're trying to save it. But lots going on. And speaking of lots going on, Ed, we do, and I should have put this up throughout the show. I forgot. We got busy with other stuff. And look, Ed, it's going to take me a little while. But we do have a new Spanish channel where Ed does and Marco do stuff at Futbol Miami TV ES. What's going to happen tomorrow, Ed?
Peter, we're going to have a live show tomorrow. I do believe it's going to be at 9 p.m. Probably. Mm-hmm. We're actually going to try to be on time. We're definitely going to try to do that on time every time. So, anything in Espanol, todo en Español, go ahead and, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your dog, everybody subscribe. Exclusive channel just in Spanish. This channel will be just in English so people don't get confused.
I think this might be a slight at me, Ed. Kata says, love when Ed takes the reins on Monday, can talk more. I think he's taking a shot at me there, Ed.
I did say it in Spanish. I don't know if it was him who asked and talked about that because I'm able to speak more in Spanish. But I did mention Peter just doesn't let me talk. He's a blabbermouth.
Sorry. I'm a little controlling, if you guys haven't noticed.
And people have, in the Spanish show, they have mentioned that they want to see, how the chemistry works with Marco. So there is the opportunity next Sunday. I'm probably going to be out of town.
Yeah, so we might play around with a little mix-up next week. So we'll find out. We're no decisions yet, but we'll talk about next week soon. So One World, One Goal saying your game day vlog are wonderful, Peter. Thank you. I love the fact that she didn't give yours any respect. Just mine are good, Ed. The funny thing is, I don't like doing them, but people like them, so I do it because it just takes me away from the game, and I want to enjoy the game.
If you want, I could do it, and you can do the live.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, and Ed and I like to switch off. So it's also different flavors for those people watching. So it should be fun. All right, everybody.
Don't forget to watch us tomorrow. Tomorrow on the Spanish show. Not this channel. It's going to be the other channel. So TV.
So go and subscribe.
Yeah.
We're using the same social media handles, right, Ed? So, but you'll just see a new link for a new YouTube channel. Go and like that. And look, you could do it like I did and subscribe to both, even if you don't, speak the language. But we want you. It might be a good chance to learn some Spanish, right? Maybe I should watch and just learn so I can learn some Spanish.
Then the next one's going to be in Portuguese, so you better brush up on your Portuguese.
I know a little bit. It'll
be.
All right. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in tomorrow night. Watch Ed speak Spanish. And thanks for this hour and 45-minute show. Appreciate everybody hanging in there. And we will talk to you next week. And let's hope for a win on Wednesday.
Vamos.